Hi guys! Today I wanted to talk about my Accutane experience. So the medication isn't actually branded as Accutane anymore. The generic form is isotretinoin. I'm going to be referring to it as Accutane throughout this video just for simplicity's sake. I went on Accutane June 2014 and I finished my course December 2014, so I was on it for about 6 months. I took about 40 milligrams a day, I believe, 40 to 60. I weighed about 135, 140 pounds at the time. That was my dosage for that weight. I think it worked pretty well. I'm not wearing any foundation today. I wanted full disclosure about what exactly Accutane did to my face, and I just wanted to show you guys what my skin looks like now. This is what my skin normally looks like. I have some hyperpigmentation on my cheeks. I have some redness around my nose. Besides that, this is what my face looks like with no makeup on now. I'll still get a pimple here and there around my cycle, but it is nothing like it used to be. This is a picture of me back when my acne was really bad. This was about a month before I started Accutane. And that was normal for me. Having my skin look like that was just typical. That wasn't a bad day. That wasn't a big flare-up. That was just how my skin looked on a day-to-day basis. The process to get Accutane, if you're male, I can't speak about it because obviously I'm not a male. I would assume it would be a lot easier because when you're female, you have to jump through a lot of hoops. The medication does cause very serious birth defects in fetuses if you were to get pregnant on your course or 6 months after you quit taking the medication. So they have a system called iPledge in place. iPledge's main purpose basically is to make sure that female patients don't get pregnant while taking Accutane. They make us go through a lot to prove that we're not going to get pregnant. We have to get pregnancy tests every month, and we can only fill our prescriptions within 5 days of a negative pregnancy test. We have very small time windows to operate under, obviously. It's just a safety precaution that we have to go through to get this drug. It's very highly regulated. The first month that you get it is going to be terrifying. You're going to think you're going to run out of time. But after that, it gets a lot easier. Once you know the system better, it's really not that big of a deal. It is an inconvenience, but it's understandable. Now the part that everybody probably wants to know about is the side effects. I had a very positive experience with Accutane in general. I think that it was the right decision for me. I would go on it again if I needed to. I just had a really, really good experience. It wasn't perfect. I did go through side effects, which I think is unavoidable for such an intense drug. You know, this drug is very hard on your body. It's going to produce some changes. It's going to produce some side effects. I didn't experience any of the serious side effects that people say you can experience on Accutane. I experienced some minor side effects, and then I experienced some more major side effects as well. But they were very manageable for me. They were something I was willing to deal with to get the effect of the medication. Of course, that would be a personal choice for you to make for yourself. The main side effect of Accutane that everybody will probably experience in some form is dryness. Accutane really simplifies your skincare routine because you just wash your face and put on moisturizer. I didn't experience a lot of flaking on my skin, however, I had very, very dry lips. My lips are already very prone to dryness, so adding Accutane just made them kind of a mess. I would definitely recommend lots and lots of Aquaphor, chapstick, Vaseline, lip moisturizers, all of that stuff. Another side effect that I encountered mildly was joint pain. I mostly noticed it when I was exercising. Day to day, it wasn't really that big of a problem. It wasn't a debilitating pain by any means, but it was something that I noticed a little bit of tenderness in my joints. The main and most serious side effect that I think I went through on my course of Accutane was a worsening of my depression. I suffer from clinical depression already. I was on medication for my depression the entirety of the time I was on Accutane, and I still noticed a big drop in my mood. It was kind of troubling at first because I had no idea what was causing it, but then I remembered, oh yeah, I'm on Accutane. I would say definitely if you have any sort of mental health problems or issues that you keep an eye on that. It does really affect your state of mind. That was the most serious side effect I went through. It went away as soon as I stopped the medication. I went back to normal, but while I was on the drug, it was very It was pretty intense. So some advice and some tips that I have if you are going to decide to go on Accutane would be, first of all, of course, monitor your mental health, monitor your mood, just because that was the most serious thing that I noticed about my course. I would definitely recommend just keeping an awareness in your mind while you're on the medication. Drink lots of water. Everybody says this. I don't know if it makes that big of a difference, but get like a big giant, they sell like huge reusable BPA-free gallon jugs at Publix that you can buy. Get one of those, keep it with you everywhere, just drink. Try to offset some of that dryness. Stay out of the sun. If you've ever been on Retin-A, you know that you have to wear sunscreen while you're on Retin-A. It's a vitamin A derivative, just like Retin-A is. It makes you very sensitive to the sun, so be sure to stay out of the sun or wear lots and lots of sunscreen. This tip is very important to make sure that the medication works for you. Do not be afraid to gain weight while you're on Accutane. Accept that gaining weight on Accutane is going to happen if you are taking the medication correctly. And you're going to gain weight because to make Accutane the most effective, you're going to have to eat it with a lot of fatty foods. The more calories and the more fat you ingest at the time you take your pill, the better the pill will absorb into your body and the closer you'll get to hitting that therapeutic dose. And the therapeutic dose is just how much medication you have to take over a sustained period of time for it to be effective, for it to work, basically. My last tip is to take it easy. You are on a medication that's very hard on your body and your functioning, and I would also recommend that you pay attention to any changes in your body, your physicality, your mood, and communicate with your physician about those. Another side effect, I wouldn't call this a side effect as much as I would call it just the progression of my treatment, but it got worse for me before it got better. The first couple months of my Accutane treatment, my skin was the worst it's ever been before it started clearing up. Just mentally prepare yourself for that there is a chance that it is going to get worse before it gets better. And again, that's completely subjective and personal. Some people, as soon as they start taking the medication, their skin starts clearing up. It's all very personal. It's all a matter of how your skin's going to react to the medication. My skin went crazy. I had more breakouts than I've ever had in my life, but again, it was worth it because eventually it did start clearing itself up. That's all I have to say about Accutane. Again, it's an extremely personal decision that you have to make for yourself. There's lots of information out there, both good and bad, to consider. I hope that you found this video helpful in making your choice. Go ahead and leave any questions you might have in the comments. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Keep doing your research, and I wish you the best of luck. Bye, guys.